Singh is joining us on the phone lines with more on this. Rohit, horrifying what's playing out right now in parts of Bihar. We saw protests yesterday, yet authorities simply not anticipate that today too there would be violent protests.
Yes, today is the third day when we are seeing straight in a row that violent protests are going on across various parts of Bihar against the Agnipath scheme of the central government. And yesterday we saw how massive, in fact, mob torched trains at three places, one in Gopalganj, one in Chhapra and in Kaimur, and also ransacked and vandalized the Ara railway station. And similar scenes are being witnessed today also in Buxar, in Samastipur, in Lakhisarai. Since morning we are getting news that thousands of angry aspirants, army job aspirants, have barged at the railway station and have burnt tires on the railway tracks and have disrupted the train movement. And they have also vandalized the Vikramshila Express, which was there at the Lakhisarai railway station. They have carried out large-scale violence in that train also. So we are seeing that straight in the third day in a row that widespread violence is being witnessed in various parts of the state against the Agnipath scheme.
Rohit, what is the situation as we speak in Samastipur? Because the kind of images that are coming in right now is scary. Early this morning already we're seeing that a part of a train has been completely set on fire. There's been huge damage to public property. Have there been any casualties reported in that incident?
Well, till now there is no news of any casualty, but the pictures which are coming out from various parts of the state are very scary, and the administration at most of the places are being outnumbered by the number of angry protesters and the youth who are all job aspirants for what they claim. And the situation is extremely serious, and the administration finding it very hard to contain the situation.
Clearly, and there will be questions asked to the administration here, Rohit, considering, as you told us, for 2 days these protests have been going on. And particularly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been seeing that the kind of images that we've been getting in, largely these protests have been happening at railway stations, along railway tracks. Why was adequate security not provided in these kind of stations to avoid what we're seeing right now on our screens?
Well, that is some sort of a cause of concern, that why, despite knowing that for the last 2 days violent protests are going on in Bihar, why additional forces have not been deployed at many important railway stations like Buxar, Ara, Samastipur, Muzaffarpur. These are all sensitive areas where widespread violence has been reported in the last couple of days. But you see, there appears to be some sort of a politics also behind this, because yesterday we saw that how Janata Dal United, we can say that the Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's party has opposed the Agniveer scheme of the government. And in fact, yesterday the JDU National President Rajiv Ranjan Singh even went on to tweet that the centre should reconsider its decision of implementing Agniveer. So basically it's become a BJP versus JDU also, as far as politically we speak on the over of Agnipath policy. But yes, it appears that there is some sort of a laxity also, because enough police administration, police personnel are not on the ground to contain the situation. And what is even more scary is the fact that there are large number of people, there are large number of protesters, and they are outnumbering the number of policemen on the ground, and that is why the police is also finding, and the administration is also finding it difficult to contain the situation.
Has there been any appeal, Rohit, from the state government to these protesters? Because while there's been nationwide protests, perhaps most violent has been happening in the state of Bihar.
Well, the state government has not made any formal appeal, but you see that the Janata Dal United, which is a key constituent of the NDA government in Bihar, they have made an appeal to the central government. The central government, they have appealed that they should reconsider Agnipath policy, because there is widespread violence which is being witnessed, and seeing in the background of all the protests and violence that is going on in Bihar. The Janata Dal United has appealed to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to look into the issue, to reconsider the decision to implement Agniveer. But on the other hand, the BJP is demanding that the state government, that is the Nitish Kumar government, should in fact come out with some sort of an offer that has been made by the Haryana government, like Uttar Pradesh government, like MP government, of giving priority to Agniveers in government jobs once their 4-year tenure in the army is concerned. But the state government has not made any kind of offer till now. So basically it's become like a BJP versus JDU tussle also over the issue of Agnipath in Bihar, where the JDU is demanding reconsidering, reviewing the Agnipath policy, while the BJP is upping the ante on the government to provide some sort of, announce some sort of offer for Agniveers.
So that's an interesting update as well that Rohit is telling us. The JDU is appealing to the central government. But so far, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has been silent on what's playing out right now on your screens on the kind of violence that's broken out in parts of Bihar. Largely in train stations, public property being vandalized, railway tracks are being shut off because of effigies, because of tires being burnt by these protesters. You see the kind of damage at railway stations, trains, the whole train set on fire. And what you see there is the aftermath of, in fact, the charred remains of the train that was set on ablaze early this morning by protesters. So through the night, Rohit, we've been seeing protests continuing in parts like Samastipur, in Buxar, in Ara and many other parts.
Ongoing protest and has entered the third day today, because almost a dozen of districts in Bihar, whether it's Buxar, Ara, Muzaffarpur, Lakhisarai, Nawada, all these areas are badly affected because of the ongoing protests. The vehicular movement on the roads, on the national highways have been impacted. The train movement have also been badly hit because of these violent protests, because for the last 3 days we are seeing in a row that protesters are coming sitting on the track. They are burning tires on the track, and they have disrupted the train movement, carrying out slogans against the central government and demanding the rollback of Agniveer. So it's a very scary situation, we can say, on the ground, that the state government is also finding it difficult to control the situation as of now.